It's coffee time. I'm in a really weird position. I feel like I need to adjust a little bit. I'm like in, you can't tell, but I'm in the position that mermaids are always in when people paint them with like their flipper out that side and they're just like, oh. I feel like I'm on a rock right now, but I don't know. It was really comfy at the time, and now that I've started recording, I feel like I need to adjust a little. Maybe this is better. I think this is better. Okay, so I have great news that I'm so excited to talk about. Remember how I was saying that I had a friend who was going in on a lease for an art studio that's pretty close to my work. So I had planned on going and looking at the studio and then asking to see whether or not I could use it for Swords and Stitches. Well, it turned out I still haven't been able to see it. There have been conflicts of schedule. And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to ask point blank, see if I can get some pictures, ask about the sound quality, really anything like that. But obviously, first step being asking whether or not they would be comfortable with me renting out the studio for a day at a time, basically. So I was talking with my friend. I keep almost saying my friend Aaron, but I know you guys are going to think that I mean Happily Aaron, and I don't. It's a different Aaron. So I'm just going to keep saying my friend. My friend, who is leasing out an art studio right now. I was talking with him, and I was like, yo, dog, I haven't been able to do my DIY show in a really long time because originally it was on the floor in front of my couch, and now I live in a very noisy place, and it's hard for me to be able to figure out how to do a DIY show. I know that you've said that your art studio can hold a table saw very comfortably, so I'm assuming that there's like lots of space. I don't know what the light levels or anything like that is like, but I'm wondering whether or not you would feel comfortable with me renting out the space once every now and then to do a bunch of craft stuff, a bunch of DIY stuff. And he was like, yeah, of course, that would be great. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, there's tons of space. There's no natural light, but we can, you know, put lights in there just like we do with any other shoot. He was like, you can do whatever you want. And I think that it would turn out to be awesome because then all of my big tools I can just leave there and they can use them whenever they want as like part of my renting out the space every now and then. And their tools would be there and I would be able to use those. It would be amazing. It would be so great. So that's on the docket right now, and I'm hopefully going to go see it this weekend and determine whether or not that's going to work out. But oh my goodness, I'm just so excited because it's, like I said, it's pretty close to work. So I literally could just do Daily Bite and then be like, all right, see ya. I'm going to go build a table, right? It would be amazing. It would be so great. So I'm excited about that. I'm also trying to figure out what to do with my hair. Look, back to important stuff. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my hair because it's been this color for a long time, and the problem is that I love it. Like, it's been this really nice, like, kind of purpley in places, really orangey in places, but it just faded really nicely, and, like, I haven't re-dyed it in a really long time because it just faded out. What do you want? Yeah, get out of here. You better be scared. I haven't re-dyed it in a long time because it's just like stayed this color and I'm like, oh, it's kind of pretty. Like, I kind of like it. But at the same time, I really want to change it. You know, I just have that like urge that people who dye their hair a lot have when it's just been too long. And I feel like it's been too long. But it's like, it's such a nice color. And my hair is really long as well. I was realizing that earlier. I was like, when did it get this long again? I know I was saying that I wanted to grow it out, which I'm having a lot more fun with it grown out this time than I did last time. But I'm still just like, there's so much of you and I want to do something fun, but I don't know what to do because I enjoy this. I like this color. So I was thinking about going blonde again, and that way the hair is prepped to do whatever I want to do after blonde, because I would have to bleach it anyway if I was going to make it another color because it's been dyed so many times. But I don't know what to do. Like, I like it right now. And at the same time, I'm like, does that mean I'm getting old? Like, I've just hit this wall where I'm like, I mean, it looks normal, but normal can be nice. And I'm just like, no, there's that that tiny dodger back here who's like, what about the rainbow hair, huh? What about the baby blue hair, huh? Like, what about all these things that you wanted to do? And I'm like, I know, but it looks so pretty right now. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I know that I'm gonna do something with it. It's just, it's been long enough now that I feel comfortable with this hair. So I'm just like, oh, what if I change it and I'm sad? Whereas before it was like I was changing it so often that it was like, if I change it and it looks dumb, then whatever, I'll just change it again. Which I guess should be the way that I'm thinking now as well. I don't know, guys. I've been deliberating over hair for a while. And it's really nice because Sam doesn't care what I do with my hair at all. It's awesome. He's just like, yo, do you. I'm like, all right. And then we high five and, you know, it all works out. But, man, I have been playing Danganronpa like real hard. Last night, I finally found my Vita charger, plugged in my Vita, and then I stayed up so late playing Danganronpa. I was surprised that TB was like, there's been no gameplay at all. I'm an hour in. And I was like, I mean, there has been some. Like, I'm confused. Like, I'm not convinced that he entirely played through the prologue. I think he's lying, is what I'm saying. It's just like, how? I don't understand. Like, don't get me wrong. All that we've really done so far in the first hour is like, and I'm like 3 hours in now, but all that you do within the first hour is you're able to walk around. They teach you how to inspect things, and you talk to all of the characters individually and find out who they are. But like, I was like, I mean, it's the beginning of a game. Like, it's the beginning of a game that is entirely social based, right? So like, you have to talk to all of them and remember everything that they say, remember everything about them, because later on they're probably going to murder a person and you got to be able to like catch them in a lie. Look, it's important stuff, okay? It's all important stuff. I'm enjoying it so far though, although I will say that the English voice is not great. Not super great. But not awful either. I think that one of the things that always bugs me more than really anything is when the name of the person is pronounced in the most American fashion ever. Like, one of the characters, her last name, or her first name? I guess it would be her first name? Oh no, I'm trying to think, like, in Japanese, you say last name first and then first name, but then out of respect, everyone should call you by your last name unless you're super close, right? Maybe they swapped them in the English version. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I need to look it up. Anyway, her name that everybody calls her by, which I'm assuming is her last name, is Kirigiri. And it just cracks me up because in the game, in the English voices, she's like, my name is Kirigiri. I'm like, stop it. Kyoko Kirigiri. Yeah, Kirigiri is her last name. God, that was breaking my brain. I was like, no, but they said it last in the game. Oh, but the game's in English now, so maybe they swapped it. Oh God, I can't. But yeah, so they do a lot of that. I'm just like, that's a Japanese word and you're saying it's so American, but at the same time, like, I get it. Like, it sounds weird when an American uses like a super Japanese pronunciation. Like, I get that, even though I try to use Japanese pronunciations of things as often as I can, not only because it's fun that way, but also just because when you hear it over and over again said that way, when it's said without any of the inflection or pronunciation that you know should be there, it just sounds wrong, you know? So anyway, Danganronpa is really fun, and I think that you guys should play it if you're like interested in Battle Royale meets Phoenix Wright. So there it is, guys. My arm still hurts really bad from doing the upside down glasses on MangaPod. I think I pulled a muscle, which is weird. I'm like, How? All I did was, I'm gonna use my other arm. What if I pulled a muscle in my, oh God, in the other arm while I'm trying to show you what I did? So it's just this, like the upside down glasses that little kids do all the time. We did that with both arms. And then when I brought my arm back down, I was like, oh, my shoulder hurts. And ever since, and I think it's because I'm like compensating weirdly with the rest of my arm, my whole arm like hurts when I do stuff. And again, I think because at first it was just my shoulder, but now it's like the whole arm. And I think it's because I'm using my arm weird to make up for the fact that my shoulder hurts, right? Man, when I was carrying laundry, they helped me carry laundry while I was there. But obviously, like bringing laundry back in to my own home, I was the only one here. So bringing laundry back in, I was like, oh, like my arm just hated me. So I was trying to carry all of it with this arm, but then I was like, I'm going to injure both arms. And then what am I going to do? Ah! But that's okay. Look, I'm going to be fine. It doesn't feel like there's anything super wrong. It just feels sprained or like I pulled a muscle or something like that. It's just all in here. All in here. Boo! Worst ever. I'm realizing how hungry I am, so I'm gonna go eat. Oh, it's also been 11 and a half minutes. I'm gonna go eat, but I hope that you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah.